Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Prof. Susanna. Today I would like to present our cases and before that I would like to introduce my team members that are very hardworking and give a good commitment to finish up this work. First is Nabila Huda Binti Sabaran. Second, Murthy Syafitri Binti Syatri. Third, kaneswari anak perempuan Raman. And last one is Bavitra anak perempuan Murthy. The title of the research is Marketing Strategy in Positioning Halal-Based Product and Service in Nestle. And the cases that we can find related to the title is halal products are more expensive as perceived by the consumer. There are 13 part of slide that I would like to share to you. First slide is issue. In issue, we have two items that I will to share is introduction and problem statement. For introduction, the blue ocean strategy could be applied in fostering the growth of halal industry in business in Malaysia, as promulgated by the Malaysia government in transforming small business and cottage industry to SME. And the fourth problem statement that the problem that occur in this article can be described as the problem in terms of the halal logo that is not registered under JAKIM. So the halal logo that does not get approved from JAKIM will give doubts to Muslim buyers. In addition, the problem that can be identified is which provide assurance on quality and wholesomeness, result in the increase in demand for such product. Furthermore, halal products that get approval from JAKIM are still small in the market and less developed. So it is difficult to consumer to get the product that are guaranteed halal. Okay, for the second slide is organization and sector background. Nestle began in Malaysia in 1912 as the Aglo Swift Condensed Milk Company in Penang, and later due to growth and expansion made a move to Kuala Lumpur necessary in 1939. Nestle Malaysia operates 6 factories and employs more than 4,600 employees nationwide, producing over 500 halal certified products. Many of our key brands have now become a part of Malaysian household for generations, including Malaysian favorites such as Milo, Maggi, Nescafe, and Kit Kat. Next is the Nestle factory is also abroad in Israel. And the last one is Nestle also have the competitors, which is Mondelez, Mars, Kraftfood, Danone, Hershey, Heinz, Unilever, General Mills, Kellogg, Lindt, Ghirardelli, PepsiCo, Ferrero Rocher, and Amal. Okay, next is objective research and objective question. For the objective research, the objective of research is to measure consumer perception of halal product, especially those products are considered more expensive than those are not halal certified. And for the objective question, to identify the factor that contribute of halal branding using factor analysis, and the factor are promotion, location, price, market demand, SME manufacturers, and net operation. Okay, for the fourth slide is hypothesis. Hypothesis, they conclude that logistic and discriminant analysis will usually yield the same conclusion, except in the case that when there are independent, which result in prediction very close to O and 1 logistic analysis. HO, there is no relationship between the food product with halal certification are generally more expensive than without the halal certification and independent variable, which is a factoring group. And then for H1, there are relationship between the product with halal certification are generally more expensive than without the halal certification and independent variable, which is factoring group. Okay, for the next slide is conceptual framework. In independent variable, we find it is a logistic regression, and in a logistic regression also have a promotion, place, price, market demand, SME, producer, and clean operation. For the moderating variable, they are related for the independent variable, and dependent variable is halal food, and for the dependent variable is halal branding, we get a perception of Muslim consumer. And then is a variable defined of variable logistic regression. The logistic regression is apply maximum likelihood estimation after transforming the dependent into a log it variable. And then for the halal brand has a significant influence as a supreme key to consumption for Muslim and for health conscious consumer. Halal is a landscape of hygiene, safety, and standard. For the last one is as the product attribute is halal, refer to the nature, origin, and the processing method of the foods and foods produced, taking animal welfare or sustainability issue into account, such as present of the credence quality. Credence quality has to be clearly communicated through its labeling. Next slide is a research design. Our group decided to choose marketing strategy in positioning halal-based product and service Nestle is as our issue. We decided to choose Nestle company in order to fulfill this assignment. Our group decided to do a questionnaire and distribute to a respondent. We choose Muslim to fulfill this questionnaire because it's a synonym with Islam. And then there are three parts, which is A, B, and C. For part A, respondent need to fill their demographic, which is female, age, and jobs. And then for the part B, the question is about respondent perception toward Nestle product. And for part C, the question is about respondent knowledge toward Nestle product. Likert scale has been used in part B and part C. First represent strongly disagree. 2 represent disagree. 3 represent neutral. 4 represent agree. And 5 represent strongly agree. Okay, like you can see, Prof, for the slide 9 and slide 10 that we provide for the example questionnaire, which is for this part, for part A and part B, and then for the slide 10 is provide for part B and part C. And for the sampling frame, that as we know lah, Nestle company, such a huge company that provide many brands, and we can see from this that a list of a company under Nestle too many, such as Milo, Nescafe, Maggi, Nestum, Nespresso, KitKat, Nesvita, Bliss, Nutrin, Cerelac, Power Bar, Omega Plus, Cerelac, Matku Panda, and Cat Cow. This is a population. Nestle owns over 2,000 brands in over 150 countries, and including for the coffee, milkshake, bottled water, and other beverage like breakfast cereal, instant food, product like performance and healthcare nutrition, soaps and sauce, seasoning, frozen and refrigerated food, and pet food. Okay, for this slide is a sample. Sample is a part of a population. Our population is 2,000 companies. So we choose a five company randomly, which is one Milo, second is KitKat, third is Maggi, fourth is Nespresso, and fifth is Nestle. For the second last slide is unit of analysis. The unit of analysis refers to the level of aggregation of the data collected during the subsequent data analysis stage. And for the second one is the unit of analysis has been focused on the marketing strategy in positioning halal-based product and service in Nestle. And the target respondent in the study were Muslim because it's synonym with Islam. Okay, for last but not least, validity and reliability. For the content validity emphasizes on the relevancy of the content domain exists in the literature against the construct of measurement. The questionnaire was developed via in-depth review of relevant literature on marketing strategy in positioning halal based on product and service in Nestle. And the construct has clear meaning to the respondent who clearly portray the subject to be measured. And for the retest reliability. Test reliability using the cron-batch alpha analysis was conducted on each of the construct, attitude, subjective norms, perceived behavioral, control, religiosity, government initiative, and behavioral intention in consumer Nestle halal food. And for the face validity was assessed by qualitative operationalize construct as the present an unambiguous meaning of the subject being studied. And for the last one is inter-item consistency. The Cron-Batch alpha measure in the internal consistency or homogeneity among the multi-item scale in Nestle, such as the interval level measurement. It's a coefficient measure how well the item is in the measurement are positively correlated to the one and others. That's all from me. I hope that you will like it, Prof. And thank you very much.